Hi, my name is Robyn and I'm a non-binary Christian.
Robyn is non-binary and is also an enthusiastic Christian. They're involved in their local church, both as an active member and as a president of the local youth organization. They also help run a nationwide organization for Christian gamers.
My name is Robyn Johansson. I am 27 years old. I am a non-binary and pansexual person, and I am also a Christian. My pronouns are they and them. I identify just as non-binary. I present pretty feminine, I would say, and that can sometimes confuse people. Since I am an AFAB person, they sometimes think that I should present pretty androgynous, and I do sometimes, but I also like to present feminine. That is just what I like. I know some people have, questioned that sometimes, but I don't see clothes and stuff like that as gendered. I think they're just clothes.
Robyn wanted to share their coming out story with you.
I'm known for quite a while that I am non-binary. I think I came to that conclusion back in 2017, something like that. And for the longest while, only my little sister knew, and she was very, very supportive. I wasn't ready for quite a while to come out. I needed to kind of settle in my identity and truly know what I felt like before I presented it to the world. I know it's different for some people. That's what it felt right to me. And I came out publicly just a little over a year ago. I was kind of worried beforehand what my church and what my community would say about that, because I knew that there was some people in my church that were pretty anti-LGBTQ. I knew that most of them were completely fine with it. But as I said, I also knew that there were some people that were really, really against it. So before I, publicly came out, I texted my pastor and was like, hey, I need to talk to you about a thing. And he texted me back like, yeah, no worries. Want to meet for lunch here? I'll buy you lunch. So we met at a local restaurant and we talked about my life, more than just my identity and stuff like that. But he was like, hey, what's up with you? How are you feeling? What is going on in your life? I was, of course, pretty nervous because I didn't really know what to expect from him. I had come out to him, as pan, pretty just like, hey, I'm pan. And he was completely fine with that. So I knew that he was fine with that part beforehand. But yeah, I told him that I identify as non-binary, that I was going to change my name and use different pronouns. And the first thing he said was like, how did you think that I was going to react to this? And I said to him, I wasn't entirely sure, but I think that you would be fine with it. And he said, I'm very glad that you're saying that. I don't want people to be scared to come out to me because I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I wish that you wouldn't have to come out. But I'm very glad that you felt safe enough to do so with me, and I don't think there's anything wrong with your identity. I don't think there's anything wrong with you. You are still you. You're still the person that I've gotten to know. You're still a valuable part of our community. When we're kind of wrapping up, he asked me, do you want me to pray for you? And I was like, yes. And then he prayed for me with my new name, and that was a very, very strong spiritual experience, I guess. And I started crying when he said my new name, in the prayer, and prayed for the entire process, me coming out and stuff like that.
After this meeting, Robyn felt ready to come out to their entire church.
A few weeks after that encounter, I did come out publicly. The reaction was above anything I had expected, to be honest. And there were so many people that just treated it in such a calm way, and that was exactly what I had wanted as well. Just a short while after, there was a party where there were a lot of people from church, and many of them, just walked up to me, looked at me, and said, "Hi, Robyn." Such a simple thing, but they made kind of a big deal about it because they did walk up to me and they looked at me with intention and said, "Hi, Robyn." They didn't do anything more than that, but that was more than enough, because that let me know I respect you, and that is just ultimately what it's about for me, is feeling respected in my identity.
The uncertainty that Robyn felt about their pastor's reaction also applied to their whole church community.
I was semi-worried before I came out, what the reaction was gonna be. Most of the stories that you hear are very not positive about people coming out as LGBTQ in the church. And I know a lot of people that don't have very positive stories at all. And I am very fortunate that I do have a community around me that accepts me fully as I am.
Robyn thinks that it's important to differentiate between understanding and respecting someone.
I think some people struggle with the fact that they have to understand every single facet of every single trans person to respect them, but that's not the case, at least as I see it. You just have to understand that, hey, this is what this person feels, and I respect that. I respect that they want to be called this. I respect that this is the pronouns they use. I think that some people tend to overcomplicate things, especially regarding like the acceptance of LGBTQ people. But the acceptance part is just that, I think. It is just saying, hey, this is how this person identifies. End of the story.
But most transgender people do experience being misgendered sometimes, and we all react a bit differently to that. Robyn shares how they feel about being misgendered.
I've always said that if you just mistakenly use my old name or my old pronouns, I will never be angry with you, because I don't feel like that's a constructive way to go about it. If you use my old name and old pronouns to hurt me, yes, then I will be very mad at you. But if you just slip up or make a little mistake, I will never be mad at you for that. Because to me, that kind of mistake is not out of disrespect. There's people with like memory problem. I don't want to be angry at them for just, maybe not remembering correctly.
Robyn feels that coming to terms with their non-binary identity has shaped their faith a little bit.
When it comes to my faith, I remember something that a pastor told me quite a long time ago. We were at a campsite with my local church community, and there was a pastor there, that was trying to teach us some stuff. And one of the questions that he was asked was, is God a man, or is God a woman? Or is God neither? Or is it both? And he said neither. He said, yes, the Bible presents God as Father, for example, because that is a language, that we understand and how we can, that's just a way for us to view God. When I was younger, that felt very foreign to me. It was like, what? Neither? What does that mean? And now I am neither too, which is kind of funny.
To wrap this up, if you are LGBTQIA+ and are a member of a community that don't accept you, or that you are afraid won't accept you once you come out, Robyn has a message for you.
God loves you. God has created you in His image. It says that in the Bible. It says that you are perfect in His image. He has created you for a purpose. Sometimes that purpose may be a little bit unclear. I think that one of my purposes is to help make a path for younger LGBTQ people to make sure that they have an easier time than I had it. And I know that other people have done that before me as well, and I'm so grateful for that. But know that you belong in the church, you belong as a Christian. There's nothing wrong with you. And if you are in a community that are evil and despise you, know that there are other communities out there for you that love you and will include you and think that you are just one of them. Even though it can be hard to leave a church community, know that if they're not nice to you, you don't belong there. You belong somewhere better.